Hey frag heads and fragrance lovers, welcome back. Benjamin here, Scentaur Fragrance Channel. Hope that you're doing fantastic out there. Welcome to my channel, my friends. If you're new here, welcome to my channel. It's a brand new year. Hopefully brand new people will find my channel, and it's a new year to collaborate and be friends with new people out there. So if you are a fragrance reviewer, feel free to tag me. If you're new to the fragrance game, or maybe you just haven't described to subscribe yet, or whatever the thing is, you know, feel free to join the fragrance community, join me over here, and join the fragrance community in general, and support all these great people popping out. That's what this video is about today. That's why you saw this funny tag. This is the Ruthless tag video. Ruth's Helping Hands, I believe that's her YouTube channel. I'll tag her down below. You know, was nice enough to reach out to me. She wants to get the word out. She has her passion, and I love seeing new energy and new passion about fragrance in the community. And she reached out to me and said, do you want to join? And so we're all going to, you know, put out our Ruthless fragrance video at about the same time, released today. And check out and search that tag, search Ruthless fragrance reviews, and hopefully you'll find some other fellow people who are also doing this tag. Honestly, I don't even know who else is doing this besides Ruth herself, Ruth's Helping Hands. Also, I kind of did a 2-in-1. I killed you know, two birds with one stone. Bro Sense actually tagged me a long time ago. I'm so sorry for finally getting to your tag, but I'm going to do it today, so shout out. I will tag him down below as well. He's an upcoming fragrance reviewer, very humble, very down-to-earth guy. I think he's from Louisiana. I have some roots down there in the South too, so shout out to you, man. And he wanted to tag me with the masculine scent. So essentially what I decided to do with this tag, I decided to pull out some of my most masculine fragrances and strongest fragrances out of my collection. So guys, you know, men might like this, but also ladies, if you like confident, rugged fragrances, these fragrances might be marketed towards men. Some people might say that they're for men, but of course you can wear them if you like them. And guys, if you've been looking for those fragrances, you're tired of the Tonka, you're tired of the, you know, the playful, easygoing bubblegum, aquatics, and blue stuff, these are some fragrances that might make you feel like a man. So let's jump into these fragrances. The first one I wanted to show is, of course, Gucci Guilty Absolute to get us introduced. If you're deep into the fragrance game, you probably already know about this one, a polarizing designer fragrance released. Some people loved it, some people hated it, but this is a bold, unapologetic, and some people might find very masculine fragrance. Lots of this Band-Aid, lots of a really strong, almost like a smoked vetiver. There's leather here, there's a little bit of incense perhaps, and of course it feels leathery. So this is a bold fragrance, definitely, and again, not everybody's going to like it. It is a designer fragrance, and a lot of the fragrances from the line were kind of easygoing and mass appealing, and it was kind of amazing to see them come out of the woodworks with something that harkened back to maybe something almost like Dior Fahrenheit. But honestly, it's a little bit of its own fragrance, but it does, perhaps will remind you because of that violet-like quality, which I'm not sure if that's a listed note, but there definitely is something like that going on here. So Gucci Guilty Absolute, for the rugged type of man around, that fragrance will definitely do magic. So let's jump to the next one. This is a hidden gem. I wanted to pull out a cheapie and an affordable fragrance, of course, for you guys. Something that you might be interested in if you are into more rugged, you know, masculine, perhaps to some people, fragrances. This is Kenzo Jungle. Now, there is a Kenzo Elephant that was made for the ladies, which is kind of a counterpart to this fragrance. That one actually is much more popular and actually a desirable vintage discontinued fragrance with a very a pretty bottle that looks like an elephant on the top. This one's kind of forgotten about. This is, again, the one that was made for men. This is a mate tea fragrance. So it has tea, it's calming. It also smells grassy, and it also, again, it smells like a jungle. It's supposed to have this humid, and it does, this humid animalic quality to it. There's no doubt about it. This is a great fragrance, guys. If you like green fragrances, if you like classic inspired fragrances, this is great. I do think it leans a little bit maybe towards the 20th century. Perhaps for some people, this might feel like a 1990s fragrance. I'm not really sure, but I like this one. You know, for a green fragrance, that's something unusual and interesting and makes me feel very confident. This is great stuff, and I think it's a musky, strong fragrance done right. I don't find it over animalic, but if you don't like musk, musk, and if you don't like animalics, this definitely is not going to work for you. But in my opinion, maybe the best animalic designer fragrance, and maybe the best animalic designer fragrance for the money, honestly. You can still get regular bottles for about $35 odd or so, and I was lucky enough. I don't know if they're so available, but this is a vintage bottle. Really only the big difference is you can tell by the box. Has a different box. And supposedly, some people say this one's a little bit stronger. I don't hear a lot about talk about reformulation, but you know, I got it for about $50 or so. So they're still out there, and it's not terribly popular, and it's an unusual bottle. And Kenzo put a lot of work into this, and the little top looks like an afro of like a zebra. So what's not to love? It's kind of whimsical, it's kind of weird, kind of unique, but I like it anyways. So Kenzo Jungle, really nice fragrance. Let's jump to the next one. You heard a clang. Hopefully they didn't break on me. This next one here, guys, is Menthol. Y'all know I had to have a Menthol in here. They got a lot of rugged oud-like fragrances, a lot of bold stuff. And this is Oud Saffron. Guys, this is really an intense fragrance. It's almost leathery. It has lots of saffron. It's bold. It's fancy, and it also has that almost soapy rose quality that really comes through with a lot of the menthols. It's almost the menthol DNA that's in a lot of these fragrances. So a lot of fancy saffron, almost makes it smell leathery, and then you get this clean, you know, soapy rose, but it's also dry. It's not very sweet. It's certainly not a playful rose or a powdery rose. This one is very, it would be unisex, but again, a lot of people might consider this very masculine. Even though it's a clean fragrance and I find it almost soapy, it's a bold fragrance. Big performance here, very loud, monstrous, really. And I love this stuff for feeling clean and sophisticated at the same time. It's actually one of my favorite office fragrances if I only put on one spray and I want to feel a little bit more daring or unusual. So Oud Saffron, I think, is one of the better, or one of the best fragrances from Menthol, also with Arabian's Tonka. And not everybody talks about it. I don't know why, especially if you're a saffron lover. Check that one out. So the next fragrance we got to talk about is Art Olfacto, and you know, this fragrance might be a little bit unusual, might be off the beaten path, but I wanted to mention this second to last because it might remind you perhaps of Block Afgano by Nascimento, a very popular fragrance. I don't think it's a cologne, but it does have some similarities. This is a very dark, smoky fragrance with tobacco and coffee and musk, and of course that black hashish, that black Afgano type of vibe. Very dark, very intense, and also incensey. To me, smells like none other than an Arabian gentleman. There is a little bit of sweetness here, but it's not overtly sweet. And again, a very standout, gentlemanly fragrance for the very strong, masculine, confident, you know, type of gentleman out there. This fragrance is not going to disappoint you on performance. I don't know if it projects as much as Black Afgano, but it lasts just as long pretty much. It's a little bit more affordable, and I find this one, because of the coffee and the tobacco, it has more of what I want going on, and that ambroxan that gives it this very modern, you know, interesting kind of vibe, adding also to the Middle Eastern flair. So Art Olfacto by Black Hashish. I love this fragrance. I really do recommend you try this one out. It's a fantastic release. This brand needs love. This brand needs to be talked about. And if you like incense, if you like dark fragrances, or if you do happen to like black hashish or cannabis-like fragrances, this one, it probably will not disappoint you. So the last one here is one that's very unusual. I'd certainly say sample before you blind buy. This is not for everybody, and I noticed that, but this is a cumin fragrance. This is a cumin-dominated fragrance, and this is for black leather lovers. This is for people who like unique, resinous, deep, spicy fragrances. It's sweet too. The cumin, it's like has that sweet spice. If you've ever blended your own spices for curries or you know, more Middle Eastern cooking, you can actually smell their sweetness with some of the spices, and there is a very unique sweet spice, cumin. It doesn't smell like body odor to me. It smells resinous. It's deep. There's black leather, and there's other notes going on, of course. Yeah, it's a very rugged, bad boy, a guy in a black cowboy hat kind of fragrance. Rugged, out on the town, out on the prowl, motorcycle, perhaps head kind of fragrance. So check it out. Carlin's Men of Blame. When you want to, you know you're gonna, do something bad. So everybody, I hope that you enjoyed my Ruthless fragrance review, talking about masculine, confident, bold fragrances. Again, of course, ladies can wear these, but guys, you might just find one you love. And thank y'all for hanging out. Again, shout out to the new fragrance reviewers. I'm excited to meet some new friends and meet some new faces here in 2021. I'm excited to meet you. So get in that comment section. Say hello to me. I'll say hello back. Have a beautiful day, everybody. Wear what you love, and let me know in the comment section below which one sounded good, which one was your favorite, and let me know what is a Confidant, Ruthless fragrance of yours in that comment section. I'll see you next time, everybody. Peace out and bye.